Oh, so that was pretty cool. I just met some people out here walking, and they had a Rottweiler, and the Rottweiler's name was Guar. Trainwreck Loop, Eagle Project by Ben Decker. I don't know what's out here. Should we try a Trainwreck Loop? Okay, I'm doing the Trainwreck Loop. Is this part of the train wreck in question? What is going on out here? Alright, we are descending downhill. I don't know how much of this I should film because there's a lot of sticks and branches that have fallen here. I'm going downhill from where the main path is. I ran into some people and they said that there's something up here that I shouldn't miss. I don't know if they meant this loop though. Right, I'm really questioning my judgment now because this is Trainwreck Loop and it looks like a train wreck indeed. I think I'm going to turn around. Okay, so it was a mission abort on the Trainwreck Loop, but just after I re-emerged from the trail, I backed out of there because it was just too dangerous. There's this piece of apparently train wreck and this memorial plaque that says at this location on May 14th, 1964, 2 Pennsylvania Railroad trains collided head-on. Killed in the crash were engineer James Golden, brakeman Carl Klivick, and brakeman George Reed. So this is pretty cool. This must have been what the guy was saying. Maybe not to go on the trail right now because it's not very well cleared and I do not want to risk injury down there. Sound like a coward, but that's how I feel. Well, guys, I did it. I'm pretty thrilled. I made it to Olean, which is like a little hamlet, kind of four corners place. I guess there's a downtown that way, but I've only got like 2 hours and like maybe 10 or 15 minutes until sundown, so I should be off the trail by then, and I've got to go all the way back, and it's actually about 5.5 kilometers, so I might be walking in the dark. It smells great here. There's like a fire or something. I'm like a squirrel. I'm like, what is that fire? Like, I want to explore Orleans, not New Orleans, but Orleans, New York. There's actually a huge parking lot here where you can park, and I've got to get back on the trail going that way, but there's one more thing because look over there. Oh yeah, that wooden water tower. I've never seen it before, so I got to go explore that. 5 minutes max. Then I got to get back on the trail. Not going to film a lot of video. We got to get back to the car. It's going to be dark. I'm going to be lost. I'm going to be in the woods. It's going to be scary. There's hunters out here too. Oh man, it's a bad idea. Like, Orleans, this might be my last post. There's another little trail going this way. I don't know what goes down there though. Well, maybe it's not much of a trail. Here it is, guys. Against a kind of overcast sky. It's got some really great color on it. I don't know what the history of this thing is. Some kind of local landmark though. Can I get an ooky spooky panning shot? This is the haunted water tower of Orleans. No clue if it's actually haunted. I feel like Stanley Kubrick with a steady cam. Oh! Well, guys, one more thing I wanted to show you before we leave Orleans forever, or for now. Orleans has these little travel maps. Ontario Pathways Trail Maps. What the heck? Why shouldn't everyone should have these? It's full of fun info. I'm really jealous that they don't have these in Phelps. Like, what's going on, Phelps? I could have used this like several episodes ago. All right, I can't really unfold it here, but where are we? There we are. We're in Orleans, and we came from over there by 488. That's the whole thing we skipped, and now we're going back to Voigt Road. All right, let's do it. Well, buen camino, everyone. Remember this water tower in the background here? This is the spot where I stopped off in Orleans, and if you remember, I did that part of the trail backwards, but before we got to this part, there was a part where it met up with 488, and I was like, oh, it's like a mile of walking along the highway, I'm not going to do that, and I skipped it. Well, I decided to go back and finish this last part, so hell, have a connector, so that when I do get to Stanley or eventually Canandaigua, I can say I did the whole thing, the entire continuous trail, without skipping a part. So as a completist,
This is like 0.9 kilometers there and 0.9 kilometers back, and it's just walking along the highway. So it's probably not going to be much, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to finish it. So that way when we do this Ontario Pathways thing, we're not going to be like, oh yeah, well we skipped a mile somewhere. No, we're doing the whole thing. We're not stopping. No taxis. We're going to get a legit completion of this trail, even if I have to walk along the highway to do it. And it's 40 degrees right now. It's 2 o'clock, so I have less than 3 hours of daylight, and I'm going to be walking along the highway. And to get out to Orleans, it's a bunch of like back roads. It is in the middle of nowhere, but we're still going to do it. Let's see if we can go find that trailhead.